Terry.
And I'm Angel.
And today we wanted to talk to everyone about how do you stay motivated? How do you keep on track? We've gotten a lot of questions and feedback from our viewers. And we're here today to just try to share with you our knowledge and share with you some of the things that have worked for us, right, babe?
Absolutely.
And in hopes that we can just inspire you and continue to motivate you and keep you on task and keep you on track. That's our goal. So,
like you inspire me.
Oh, thanks, honey. Thanks, honey. So, I think first and foremost, and I wrote some stuff down because I don't want to forget anything, is, I think you should have an oath. Have an oath to yourself. For us and for me, it was a little different. We jumped in with both feet because I was literally trying to outrun a cardiac event and had been for years, decades. And so going whole food plant-based was a matter of life and death for me. And for others, it may not be that critical, it may not be that crucial, but you know what? It's just as important. Mm-hmm. So you should make an oath to yourself to stay on task and stay on track. And because there's no one more important than you. You're the most important person in the world to yourself.
Absolutely.
What do you think, babe?
And I love that because I love being true to myself, and I love conviction, and that makes it easy for me. I think one thing to think about is when you're doing this and you're doing it, let's say you're eating whole food plant-based because you just want to feel good and you want to feel energized and you want to look good and you want your skin to look good and you just have all these wonderful reasons of why you're doing it. Mm-hmm. In the back of your mind, there should always be, I'm never going to have to outrun a cardiac event. I'm preventing some diseases that can kill you. There's so many things that can motivate you about the things that you're doing. So I do agree with having that conviction, having, like you said, that oath, and just reminding yourself of that. The most important thing to me is because I don't like deprivation. I don't like being hungry. I'm not a nice hungry person.
I don't think any of us are.
No, I'm just like, I'm hungry and I want to eat, and I don't care. When I'm hungry, I do eat. And what I found with whole food plant-based is when you are hungry, you can eat. Mm-hmm. And as long as you have that balance between your starchy and your non-starchy, if you're eating that 50-50 plate, you can't lose. And you don't have to go hungry. So if you're like me, and I am admittedly cannot be hungry, I'm miserable, and I just want to eat. Mm-hmm. And I love that part of whole food plant-based living. Mm-hmm. This is not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
Right.
So there's no reason to cheat because it's your lifestyle. Right. When that's your lifestyle, you don't have to cheat, you don't even have to consider that, and there's nothing that you can't have.
Right, absolutely, babe. That's a great point. It's not a diet. It's not something it's temporary. So it's permanent. It's something that you want to try to make sustainable. And how do you do that? So, obviously the way that we've done that is that we have each other. So we have a huge support system amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
And for others,
don't have that.
Right. For others, you may not have that family support. You may be in a household where you're eating whole food plant-based and other people are not. And maybe they aren't as supportive as you want them to be.
Well, they don't eat the things that you do. They may support you, but
exactly.
they just may not eat the way that you do. And that's quite common.
Absolutely. Good point.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that you can do is you can build support, right? You can build support. There's a whole whole food plant-based family out there. You have Jeffrey and Jill Dalton, who are just phenomenal. They're pioneers in the whole food plant-based industry.
Not in the whole food plant-based cooking show. I'm
absolutely.
sure you all know them because they're amazing.
Absolutely. They're incredible. They have tons of videos and tons of recipes that you can take a look at, our website. We have tons of recipes and tons of videos as well that you can take a look at.
We're having so much fun building out more recipes. I got more recipes than I can cook. And I love challenging myself, so that's where, I'm sorry, honey, I'm interrupting.
No, you're not. No, I mean, hey.
My Italian. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta say this. I don't mean to do that, but.
No, but I mean, you're building on everything that I'm saying, and we're in this together. And I guess what I'm saying is that you don't have to have, if you don't have that support that's in your family, you can build that support. And what that support looks like to you may be different from others. It may work better for some than others, but think about community, right?
Yes.
Think about like-minded. Think about people that are on the same mission and the same journey that you are, and they're out there. You have us. You have the Daltons. You have the Esselstons. You have, exactly, you have so many people. And that information is there and it's out there. So I would just say, build that support that makes sense for you, right, honey?
Absolutely, and I think sometimes it may be, okay, Terry, I hear what you're saying, that's easier said than done. Sorry guys, I'm cold for some reason, I have such a chill. So I tried to wear this sort of spring shirt today, but I realized I'm cold. But sometimes it's easier said than done, especially when you're having a stressful day at work or just a stressful day in general. Just life in general can send us into a tailspin. And if you're anything like me, I am a stress eater. I get stressed, I eat. Period. That's what I do. And so realizing what my triggers are, I do realize that. And one thing that helps me so much is going and listening to a podcast. Just take the 5 or 10 minutes. You don't have to watch the whole podcast, but if you just need like a boost of energy, you can watch a podcast. Some of the TED Talks, like Dr. Furman,
they're phenomenal.
And Dr. Greger, those TED Talks are so great, and it's almost like you feel like you're on a slippery slope and you're getting ready to get off the edge, or that's what happens to me. And then as soon as I watch their TED Talk or listen to it, I'm like, right. And then I'm like, what can I make? I get so excited about it. So I do need adjustments. Terry is so good. He's so good with his eating. He knows that, and he's so motivated around his health and his heart and not having a heart attack or a stroke or those types of things that were headed Terry's way quite quickly.
Right.
So you are so motivated around that. But for me, sometimes I can get off my brain. My mind is so powerful. And my mind can take me, I'm stressed, I want to eat. And I don't have anything in my house that is not whole food plant-based. But I could, if I eat a whole bag of, let's say, pretzels, that's probably not the best idea.
Right.
But if I really want to crunch because I'm stressed, I want to be crunching, I could have pretzels with an apple and a salad, or, there's so many things that I could mix together. Not because I'm not going to deprive myself. If I want to eat those pretzels because I'm stressed eating, I will eat them, but I will make sure that I'm balanced. And then I'll try to eat the greens first, because you'll automatically want to go back. Terry doesn't understand what I'm saying right now. He doesn't. But I think probably other people do. So eat those greens first. Any kind of greens you want, season them the way you want to. Make them delicious. And then all of a sudden, you'll have barely any calories, your stomach will be full, and then you can munch on those pretzels if you want them. Sometimes you won't. There's different things, but when I have a call for motivation, I can always go to Terry. I mean, he tells me the most wonderful and beautiful things I've ever heard. And so, but when I really need a jolt, I will listen to a TED Talk. I will do a podcast. I will re-watch one of the documentaries that literally saved our lives. I will read a book. I have a lot of books on whole food plant-based from some wonderful doctors, Dr. McDougall, Dr. Esselstyn, Dr. Greger, Dr. Furman. There's just books that you can buy that you can refer to. You can get them on your iPad. And those are just some of the tools that I use. And I love YouTube. I mean, that
Right, exactly.
helped me so much. And watching the recipes, and then I get excited about cooking. I happen to love to cook and experiment and get really creative.
Absolutely.
And especially when we find recipes
Mm-hmm.
that have some fats in them that are whole food plant-based, but some fats that aren't really great for cardiac patients.
Right.
So then I'm like, how can I do that as well?
Right.
What can I substitute?
Mm-hmm.
And
It's like a challenge. It becomes
fun.
You know, and it's experimental, and you're right, it is fun. And Angel likes to cook, I like to eat, and we're match made,
In
right?
heaven.
In heaven,
Yes,
absolutely. So, no, those are all great points, honey, absolutely. But you touched on something, and you know, find the foods that you love, find the foods that you like. That's actually a great point, because if you're finding it hard to stay on track, and maybe you're gravitating toward those foods that may not be whole food plant-based, find a way to make that food whole food plant-based.
Yes,
right, babe?
Absolutely.
You can make whole food plant-based pizza, whole food plant-based burgers, whole food plant-based, you name it.
Crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
You can make, I saw, remember when we were interviewing with Jeffrey and Jill, and Jeff was sharing that one of his friends said, hey, can I have oxtail?
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody actually posted a link to make whole food plant-based oxtail.
Right.
So you really can have anything. It's so wonderful. There's a lot of whole food plant-based meatball recipes out there, and but coming from an all-Italian family, I'm looking for a certain taste that
Right.
I am accustomed to,
Right.
that I like to taste on my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a meatball. Okay, so we're gonna have a show on it, but we are so excited.
We are so excited.
We
Oh
had
my God.
spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh my
and
God, it was so good.
nostalgic.
And you actually made the taco meat.
I made taco meat.
You made taco
and-
meat. I gotta tell you, this taco meat tastes just like tacos. It is unbelievable.
And I was just throwing stuff together and being creative. I was having fun with it.
Mhm.
I was like, well, this can't hurt, this can't hurt, this can't hurt. And the cool thing about it is it's not raw hamburger meat, so you can taste it the whole way.
Exactly.
So by the time I was done making it, I was, this tastes good, but I'm full.
Bonus, right? Bonus.
Yeah, but you ate good, right?
I did. So again, making it fun. Have fun with this. It should be fun. It should be, healthy. It should be vibrant. It should give you energy, right, babe?
Yes, it's just, I'm never hungry.
Mm-hmm.
When I get frustrated, my phoning a friend is listening to something motivational, something that keeps my mind, and sometimes that'll take my stress from 900 down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you're talking to Terry, he's like, she's a firecracker anyway. I go off like a rocket and I come right back down, 5 minutes later, and everybody else around me is still mad. What are they mad about? So doing things like that. I also like to drink hot tea.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this one by Celestial Seasoning called Bengal Spice.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. It almost feels like you're doing something bad. But I take a big cup, hot water, put it in my microwave for 3 minutes. You can boil the water on your stove. But sometimes just having a cup of hot tea
Mm-hmm.
just takes that edge off. If you're like, I'm not hungry, but I want to stress eat, or I just want to eat, or I just want something, go and have something.
Right.
It could be that too.
Right. No, that's a good point. That's actually a great point. And you know what? Some of the things that, we both struggle with is we don't really, if we don't plan,
Yeah.
if we're spending a day out, you got to make a plan, work your plan your work. You used to have a boss that told me, make your plan and plan your work. Because if you don't have a plan, you don't really, where are you? You're kind of lost. So we plan.
Yeah.
If we know we're going to be out shopping for the day, then I'll have my little cooler full of my greens, usually broccoli or a salad, a bag of salad. So, because you may have limited options, when you go out. And if you're going to be out for 4 and 5 or 6 hours, make sure you have the things. Make sure you have your fruit. Make sure you have your greens. Make sure you have the things that you like that are whole food plant-based, that are easily accessible to you, so that when you're out, you don't have to struggle or try to wonder, is that have added salt, oil, or sugar? Because it probably does.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can look at our snacking video, and it shows you how people like me who have already planned their whole day and have a nice little cooler in the refrigerator and then run out and get 10 miles down the road and don't have this stuff in my car.
Right.
What you can do. We gave a ton of ideas and that was so fun. I actually loved doing that video because I was munching the whole time, but it was super fun.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I think a couple of the documentaries, and I know that we've talked about them, honey, but the ones that we really like the most, and I feel like every time we watch them, we get something new out of it. You know,
Exactly.
you know all this stuff. I'm sure the people we're talking to today understand what we're talking about, but sometimes when you hear it reiterated and you hear different people saying it, and you're like, yep, that's right, that's right. It just is like affirmation
Absolutely.
of what you know. But
Absolutely.
the Game Changers, we love. That's Terry's favorite. What the hell? Forks Over Knives. And I really loved Eating You Alive.
Yes, yeah, that was a really good one.
Really
Absolutely.
and those were people that had cancer and those types of things in that video. You know,
So profound.
It was just so profound.
Unbelievable.
And you'll see a lot of things that just reaffirm to you that you have a support system. And even if other people in your family don't want to convert for whatever their reasons are, that's okay. You can do this. Don't, I guess my thing for you is don't feel like you're trapped. If you have a spouse who just can't get on board, that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with them because you still love them.
Exactly.
But go for it. And if you have small children in your house and you're thinking, oh, my children need this, my children need that, really, children will adapt so quickly to what you feed them. And if you take them on this journey with you, they'll grow up and be advocates as well. I mean, at first it will be weird for them. It's an adjustment, just like anything else that we throw at our children.
But they're so smart, right?
And they're so
smart
resilient. And so resilient.
Exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. They're like little bouncy balls, and they learn from you. So just know that if you say this is something I really want to do, but here's all these barriers that are in my way. I mean, we're all out here. We're all dealing with barriers. Terry and I are so lucky. We are so aligned when it comes to this. So we have a household that's just aligned. And we have fun and all this. But know that you have support.
Absolutely.
That's really the message here.
Absolutely.
And there's all these tools you can use. And Terry and I have been talking about, so we need your feedback. We have been talking about doing sort of an Ask Angel and Terry. And then we could take all of your questions and we could answer them maybe once a month because we do these weekend chats. And so we'll do 3 sort of educational, like we're doing now, weekend chats, and then we could do one that would just answer your questions so that not only you get the question answered, but maybe other viewers that are thinking the same thing. Because a lot of times we're all sort of thinking the same way, right?
Exactly. And we don't really know it, right?
We don't.
But this gives us a platform. This gives us a forum to actually ask those questions.
And I love research. I'm sort of an educational junkie, and I love learning and all of that. So if I don't have the answer, because I am not a medical doctor, if I don't have the answer, I will go and seek it. And I will come back and answer the questions. But I feel like, we've been doing this for some time now, and I've learned so much, and Terry has learned so much. So we'd be happy to do that. We're thinking right now that you could send us emails or wherever you just want to ask us questions, and just make sure that's for the questions, and then we could answer them once a month. If you think that's a thumbs down idea, say, hey, Angel and Terry, no go. And we won't do it, I promise. So we're looking for feedback.
Absolutely.
On that.
But our email is plantbasedlove22@gmail.com. You can email us, and we'd be more than happy to collect those questions throughout the month. And like Angel said, once a month, during one of our weekend chats, we can have an opportunity to answer those questions. So I think that would be great. That's a great idea, right?
I think it'd be good, and you could say that. Or if it's easier for you to just type a message into this video, Just go into this video and type us a question or a message.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
if you need it answered right away, just say, hey, answer this right away. And I promise I will.
Absolutely.
But anything, we really want to touch the community. For Terry and I, this is all about giving back. This is all about helping other people who are seeking help, who just want to feel better. And we love doing this.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a 40 plus year journey for Angel and a 20 plus year journey for me, just with weight loss and just health issues and problems. And now that we've found something that works for us, we're not going to keep it hidden away. We're going to share it with as many people as we can, right?
Absolutely.
So we hope to travel the world and share it with as many people that will listen. Because we think it's great. It's what's helped us, and we think it'll help others as well, right, babe?
Absolutely. And what's important to us is hearing the voice of the community. I've already learned so much from messages that people have typed me and said, hey, have you thought about this? Or maybe it's safer to do it this way. I love those messages because I like learning too. And I certainly don't know everything. I don't claim to. So typing those messages, don't ever feel uncomfortable to do that, because I take those things to heart.
Absolutely.
And we really want to hear from this community. What do you need from us, and how can we talk to you? How can we better reach you? How can we better support you? That's really our goal. And then we will have met our goal.
Absolutely.
And we'll just keep trudging along like that. This is so fun. So thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you so much. This is coming from our heart.
Absolutely.
Right from the heart, right, babe?
Absolutely. Oh,
so thank
you're
you guys
my
so much. Oh, thank
Love
you, babe.
you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.